Lucky 13.
Do the wave. What's up, guys? Also, Sinister, thank you so much for the 13 months, bro. Thank you, thank you. Oh, man. It has been a long, long day today for me. I did take a little break today, though. I'm learning that I need to take like an hour in between things today just to like sit down and like, I don't know, not do work. I feel like I'm more productive. I actually get more stuff down. But hello, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. So hyped for this Keeb. Me too. And my goodness, I really think the price point's really good on this keyboard too. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it. The Matter 65. Yeah, I looked at this. It looks really cool. I don't know who's running this though. Like, who's the vendors? Does it say? I don't think it does. TBA still. Yeah, it looks really cool though. The proto images are promising. Can't even pick a color. Oh, for the Jahre. God, am I pronouncing that right this time? Let's see. I wrote it down. I wrote the phonetics somewhere down here. Am I doing it right, chat? The Jahre, right? I don't remember. Let's see. Pronunciation. Jahre. Okay, yeah, I'm close enough. I'm good enough here. First, my first late in EU stream. I'm in train to Czech Republic for mechanical keyboard check me. Dude, Vader, that sounds like fun, bro. I hope you guys have a good one there. All right. So first of all, I'm wearing my Discord hoodie, but the strings are so obnoxiously long for this. And it's just so much string. It's pissing me off. Good evening, everybody. Well, okay. I only got the board like 2 days ago. Not even. I would say less than 2 days ago. Maybe like a day and a half ago, technically. I got sent... I didn't know I got sent this, by the way. But they sent me over some cream switches, like NK creams. However, they're not modded. I already prepped a batch of MX2As for today. I know Oz really wanted me to do blue cheese, but I haven't even started your blue cheese yet. Like, that was going to be my weekend project. So I prepped like a batch of this. I don't know. Are you guys okay to use some MX2As today? I feel like that's a good choice, no? Little simple. Okay, my reasoning, and I have a lot of different switches. But my reasoning for MX2As today, this is a board I'm genuinely curious on how well it performs, just because it's going to be like a silicone leaf spring sort of mount. So I chose MX2As. I don't have any more TTC black switches. Also, hi, Flyback. How you doing? So yeah, I got that prepped. But, I mean, it should be a fun build. I already have keycaps prepped for today. I really, really want to use this set today. It's a really boring set, but I just want to use it. What's good? What's good? Apparently you can flip the silicone pads for different mounting field. That's what I was reading too. This is also a board I'm genuinely interested in. Before we get into today's stream though, I feel like we're going to jump into this rather quickly just because like, I'm excited and I feel like everyone else is too. They did send over the board. I have absolutely no clue if I'm keeping this today. I'm hoping I at least don't have to send back the PCB because I don't really feel like desoldering it, but we'll call it a sponsored stream regardless. So please, you know, be aware of that, but I'll also be as forthcoming as I possibly can. They also have no say over what we're streaming today, so if this thing sounds like shit, you guys will see. I'm a bit sad that's one of the Chinese streamers is getting the blue one, but it is what it is. I got silver. I can already tell you because I already took a peek at the board to make sure it was all in there. I got the silver unit. So if you guys are disappointed, nah, it's okay. Was just watching your Good Keywords Friends episode, Alex Overload. How was it? Did you like it? I thought it was a good podcast. The whole crew was really nice. So, dude, I hope this board sounds good too. I'm not gonna lie. I really hope this board sounds. It better sound good. It better. But to jump into it a little bit, I guess we can share screen and maybe go through it together here. Let's share. I hope it does not sound good. You want to say, I mean, honestly, fucking valid. That is valid AF. I'm not even mad that you said that. Okay, so here is just like the flavor text of the keyboard, if you guys are interested at all. The Jahre 65, it is based off of a Porsche. So the most distinctive among them is the 964 Anniversary Edition, released by Porsche in 1994 to celebrate its 13th anniversary. I don't know how to pronounce all this, but it is the 30 Jahre 911. Compared to the standard Carrera 4 version, the 30 Jahre adopted a wide body design. So it's pretty cool. I definitely see elements of this on the keyboard. I think this is one of the few Porsche themed keyboards that actually does it rather well. There's been some in the past that I think they're so loosely, I mean, even the Spider was also Porsche design too. Honestly, like, it's just so loose that it's really hard for me to like say, yeah, that's like this one here. If you look at it, it actually has some great elements that are very well incorporated into the board. If we want to look at it, it does have a bottom case plus nameplate, so it'll say the word Jahre on the bottom as well. Some good curves, internal weight, which is awesome. It has a two-piece aluminum stainless steel weight, so it's pretty nice on the inside. This is what I'm interested in seeing as well. It has a silicone gasket structure that you can flip over, and then it provides apparently different. I think I've seen this before, but different feeling or different maybe sound even. And then we have our PCB layouts, which is some good stuff here. Now the cool thing about this, which I really liked. Hi, Feather, how you doing? This also works with the Venom 65. And you do need to have the compatible plate, but I think you can order that. Venom compatibility, pretty neato with this. Now, for US vendors, it's going to be Mr. Feather over there, Key Spencieri. Keybait Tech should be the Canadian, and then rest of the world, I believe, will be listed on Feather's website. Feather's website, interestingly enough, it's right here, also has everything in HKD. So just to like, I think that, where's that little thing I read? Prices listed Hong Kong dollars. I think this is simply to like make conversion not weird or something. Oh, this is the extras. Something about making conversion not weird. Honestly, Feather might have to explain that again to me. I just noticed it today. But yeah, this is the USD. This is the US vendor, but you can't buy it in USD. Like, you have to buy it in Hong Kong dollars, and I believe it gets currency swapped. My only thing with this is it does roughly end up being like 385-ish, it seems. I guess I'm concerned about one thing. Do you guys in the States have like conversion fees? That I'm honestly not positive about. And I'm wondering if that will add to this cost. Because we have that here in Canada. Not so much these days. Alright, well, never mind. Okay, you don't have conversion fees. What the fuck? Why do we have it? Alright, but we got some cool colors for this board as well. This is going to be the Aloe Green. Oh, I guess I can't flip through like this. The Champagne Gold. This is a beautiful one. The Classic Blue. For a blue, this reminds me a bit of the Kohaku Blue. You know, like that Gundam one we did. The GT Silver is probably going to be the most lore accurate one. Then we also have Gunmetal Gray. We have Ice Blue. This one here is really pretty too, I gotta say. And then we have Volcano Orange. A bolder color for sure. My favorite one is the Champagne Gold. I love this color on this board. It looks fantastic. But again, I think silver might be the most lore accurate one. So, Champagne Gold one will be slightly more gray on the production. I mean, that's even better. Because I like just a tinge of gold, so. Somehow red didn't make it for the sport-themed ones. Sag. I'm surprised they picked like 2 blues over having like a red as well, I will admit. I can't choose between classic blue or ice blue. Oh, and then someone asked me about the Venom. The Venom is Hall Effect. So it needs a special PCB. So if you're wondering what the heck Venom means, it is a Hall Effect style PCB. A very good one too. But yeah, 385 to 400-ish. It really depends on the day you convert things, I suppose. Not bad. When I first saw this board, before I even looked at the pricing, I thought this was going to be like a 550 project. But 385-ish, again, we'll just call it 400 maybe, just because, again, I don't know what the conversion will be day of. I can't complain. That's pretty good pricing for this. Ooh, let's open it. The color is community voted, so sadly no red. I'm shocked. The green looks so good too. 385 isn't cheap, but very reasonable for what it is. No, for sure. I will say though, when you guys see it, it does look like a more expensive project. Now again, this is a pre-production unit. I believe there are some internal changes that probably don't matter too much in the long run. I was reading over the sheet today, and it seems like there's going to be some internal edge changes to some of the mounting areas, it seemed, or screw areas. I don't think anything will affect the way, like right over here, I think these are going to be a bit more widened, these 2 little like areas there. I don't think that's going to affect anything we do today. But look at this. Look at this. Let's actually open it. The green looked more like a Porsche color, but that green from last night was really nice. Oh, the Juno's green? Yeah. So, I am not... So, just little thing here, too. I am not, like, a Porsche person. You know, like, I don't really know much about the Porsche brand. All right? However, when I was looking at the images versus this keyboard, I thought, wow, they really did a good job on conveying some of the images of the car into this design for the keyboard. Thought you owned like 4? Yeah, I clearly somewhere I must be putting them all. But yeah, they did a pretty good job. Actually, I did show this to my girlfriend who's more into cars than I am, like a lot more into cars. She's been wanting, for example, like, you know those Lego Porsche sets? Do you guys know which ones I'm talking about? She really wants one of those, but like it's $200. But she's into them, so I showed her this, and she was like, "Wow, this looks great." She thought this was like really, really nice. So it's girlfriend approved. But they got kind of the back of the car on the inside of the board over here, so to kind of match that rear, I guess rear window vibe. And what they did, what I thought was really cool, is this is kind of the... is there tape on this? There is. This is kind of the hood. And I thought they did such an excellent job with the hood scoop on the bottom of this board. Now, I get the whole symmetry here. This is supposed to be the back. This is the front of the car. I would have actually... And again, this is probably not important to this review, just as a heads up. I would have loved to see this design. Like, this is really pretty. I would have loved to see this echoed onto the back as like a Tolbarone piece. I think that would have been sweet. And I think that's definitely doable. In the current form of the board, though, I will admit I'm a bigger fan of what's inside over here. I think this has a lot more visual interest to me than the hood scoop area, but this is still very well done. Like, it doesn't make for a boring outside of a board either. It is still pretty. I'm just saying what I would have done. Yeah, you almost don't want to build this for sure. My camera's hating the reflection on this. But yeah, this is very pretty. So inside here we have that stainless steel weight within, I guess, another weight over here. We do have to take this off to put the daughter board in. And this does have a bit of a texture to it. So this should, I mean, in essence, this should also reflect some sound differently too, but it's an internal weight, so. Is it heavy? Not really. The mint color is so gorgeous too. Yeah, I think they did a good job with all the colors for this. It's like a hood open. You can see the heatsink-ish grill. They should have worked with Matrix on this to make one of those like opening keyboards. You know, the ones with the hydraulics on it. Also, I really, really, really appreciate the exposed screws on this. I had a weird feeling when I saw this that they would maybe change this to have hidden screw design to make it more clean. So glad they went this route, dude. So it just cleans up the internals better, in my humble opinion. If you can do the outside screws and it doesn't affect like the construction of the board, then do it. Alex has built too many mantas. No, well, the manta we can't do external screws. It was impossible for us to do that because of the fin and other ways that it was built. But like for this is possible. I wish the radiator was in the back. Yeah, I'm with you there. I do wish there's some things that kind of changed up here, but I do think they did a good job with this. Inside it just says the name of the board, the Jahre, and then we have designed by Gritworks on the inside as well. What are your guys' initial thoughts on this? Here is the back of the board again. I think they did a good job. I can see this as a car guy's keyboard for sure. If you're into Porsche, that is. Very beautiful all around. Yeah. Some other notes too. The inside of the board over here, actually we'll zoom out a little bit, too zoomed in here. The inside right over here goes down a little bit. So you can see that it kind of like curves down. So you can see this is a bit more narrow here. So it does have a little bit of a side curve, which you can see by just taking a look there. So it doesn't just give it a boxier look. It almost looks a bit more elegant, which I noticed and I thought, wow, that's very, very pretty. The side profile of the board, I would say, is nothing crazy new. But again, it does have a beautiful shape and it does sit on what essentially is a wedge. It is essentially a box-on wedge. But it does have that really nice graduation over here, you know. Tapers out and then back in. Very, very good design overall, I'd say. And then we have the badge, which is covered with tape. This is a really adhesive tape, huh? Let me see. Can I get this off? Oh, boy. There we go. And there is the badge on the back, which some of you guys may appreciate. I think this is a nice badge on the board here. Nothing too crazy. Anno looks absolutely fantastic on this. Very, very nice. Sometimes bad anno can look really gritty. No pun intended, because it's Gritworks, but this is done very well. And then the inside weight has that, again, stylized design. I think they did an excellent job on this too. This is very, very pretty. Again, it's a shame this is going to get built in. Very much a shame. Otherwise, overall, fits the theme. Very excellent. I'm here for it. Now, PCB-wise, I do believe they sent over both. So let's take a look at PCBs. What am I typing for sound test? Usually like I love you guys or just a bunch of random stuff. There's nothing ever like solid that I do. HMX Gulf switches. I was thinking about those, but I kind of wanted to do cherry for these. So we'll look at the hot swap unit first. All right, hot swap unit. Bit of a graphite gray PCB here. We have some compatibility. It does seem like we're pretty locked in for most things. Interesting enough, we have a split left shift, but no ISO on this. Is there ever a case where someone would use split left but no ISO? Actually, is this... Let me just take a look at the hot swap. Weirdly enough, they don't list this in the hot swap PCB. Because I remember looking at this before, I'm like, I thought there was nothing. Previously, Dune had the same layout. Yeah, I mean, oddly enough, they don't even list this on the the hot swap compatibility page. So, but yeah, you're pretty locked in here. ISO's on the solderable one, yes. Pretty locked in, other than split backspace. What sockets do we have? Ugh, kale. Yuck. There's nothing physically wrong with kale, except they pull at my desk pads and pinch me sometimes when I go to use them. Ugh. They're good sockets, though. And here's the solderable one. Yuck is wild. I kind of prefer the Gatoron ones, man. Alright, solder PCB. Lots of options. This is what we come to expect with custom builds. I personally say, like, I like seeing options. Options are good. We have split backspace. We have ISO. We have split left. We have 6.25U and 7U. We have step caps and regular. Actually, was there a step caps option for this? There was. Very, very good. Also, I really like the color of this PCB as well. Pretty standard fare, though. Exactly what I want to see in a PCB. I think we're going to use solder today. Although, Feather, did you happen to see the message I sent about the... Please build... Which switches do you want me to use today, Feather? Sorry, I don't really... You want me to use the... They're unlubed, though. It's up to you, Feather. Like, it's... You sent this over for us to build today. I'm a little worried that these, because they're unlubed. So we can use cherry switches, because I already did a batch of those. But these were factory lubed only. And they're okay. I was testing them earlier. I didn't even realize there were switches in the box. I did do a batch, though. Got some nice MX2As with some nice springs. Yeah, it was included in the box. I just didn't know that it was in the box. That's all, brother. Okay, we got some extra feet. Do you guys like the feet design? Yeah, I think the feet design actually suit it. I think they're good. I think this is good for feet. Yeah. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Feather's requesting we do both. Hot swap today, because I don't think I'm going to be building this in any other configuration. Hot swap. We try both switches. Then we move to solder, maybe. Although I don't really expect solder to sound much different, to be completely honest with you. But, yeah. 2 switches. I'm going to give you guys complete heads up, though. The creams are stock. They have light lubrication. Might not be the most, like, nicest sound, but we're going to start with those and then move to the MX2As. How does that sound? All right. Let's put this actually back in the bag. I don't think it should be a long stream. I think it'll be a normal length stream. I've been slow at soldering these days. Yeah, they're NK creams. Don't get me wrong, I really like creams, but I do like them lubricated. Alright, what plates do we have? Ooh, this is the other tough one now, too. What plate do we use? I think there's 2 aluminum plates. So maybe, never mind, we don't have options. We are going to use aluminum. Never mind. MX Blacks and MX black stems and cream housings. What's that recipe called again? Yeah, would you use like aluminum or aluminum? Let me take a look at the plate. Or you can use stock blue cheeses. Tell you what, Oz. So I think I might have a stream get moved next week. If you're down for it, we'll do your blue cheese on something. Just a bit disappointed there's no CF HE plate. Is carbon fiber popular for Hall Effect? I really don't know what people are looking for Hall Effect wise. So there are those leaf springs. Pretty cool design overall. Yeah, a bit of a Kohaku-like, I guess, spring layout, but I also think this is pretty standard fare. Like Key Cult's done this as well. Leaf springs are actually really nice. You can kind of honestly stick leaf springs wherever you want, and they always feel pretty good. Leaf spring is one of my preferred mounts for things. I really like well done leaf springs. What's this? Just some foam? I don't think we're going to be using foam today. Put that to the side. We got some extra screws. We have... I guess technically this is non-proprietary. Oh, damn. This is not universal. This is a made for this keyboard daughter board. Would have liked to see a universal daughter board with this. I almost feel like they probably could have, but... Also, hi, Marcia. How you doing? Hello, hello. Oh, bummer? Yeah, a little bit of a bummer here. We have some different gaskets. I think one's 30 and one's 50. I like the color of these. These are pretty. Love this butt. It's nice, huh?
Love this butt.
How are you doing, Marcia? If you guys haven't, please go follow Marcia. She's amazing. She's a good friend. Awesome person. Literally my inspiration. The reason why I'm streaming. Go follow Marcia. Oh, interesting, Feather. Yeah, because if you guys see this too, it has a bit of a longer extended USB-C port, or I guess, yeah, port, I guess. And I guess Feather's right. This does curve. So you do need something a bit more extended out. Interesting. All right. Necessary, I guess. All right, though. Let's clip this PCB and then we'll start our stabs. Please use the included ESD sheet and peel the adhesive side off and just put it in the case. Will do, Feather. So, Feather, out of curiosity, is it necessary, absolutely necessary to use ESD sheet in this? I have no issues with ESD sheets. I'm just curious. %100% necessary? Okay. You know what, Feather? Maybe you can pass this on to them. I would 1000% put a note inside the box. 1000%. Someone's going to buy this and not do that. Even if it's just like a little piece of paper that says like, please use the ESD sheet, like that's taped on the top of the hard shell, I think that would be smart. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to use some screw and stabs today. We'll give that note. Yeah. I find sometimes you have to give those notes. All right. So we're doing 7U, and we're going to do these two. Probably. I used to make notes about this, but I feel like these aren't difficult to at least take off. There are some that are way more tricky than this. But yeah, I don't really personally understand why some PCBs still come with these things you need to tear off. I feel like it's just waste you're going to throw away anyways. Some people have said it's to protect the PCBs. I don't really buy that because it's like the wrong side to protect. But yeah, just another step. Kind of a pointless step, I guess. Do you think if we include one that says raw is raw, it will also work? No. No. Funny. No, I don't think so. Pancake sent me a Chinese video of the clipping the feet off Type Plus stabs eliminates top out sound. The feet off of Type Plus? Like these? Like these little pieces that are protruding outwards? Oh. Aren't these stoppers so it doesn't go the whole way through? I don't know if I'd do that. Dude, I love Type Plus 7Us, man. It's all personal preference at the end of the day. I think they're great. Well, let's start modding these. Yeah, I've had only good experiences with these, man. Hi, Claim, how you doing? Legitimately only good experiences. I think you're great. No, you're great, Crummy. You're the bestest. My favorite stabs, though, will always and forever be cherry clippings. I do love me some cherry clippings. Plus, they're also a great price. They sound good. The whole shebang. Keep time, hi six. How you doing, man? Hello, hello. Like this, Alex, I brought extra, so worth trying out, but I'll be sure to report back. Whoa. Interesting. You know, I also have a few extra sets. Maybe I'll try that out on another build. I wonder what that even does. Other, like, yeah, it might stop some top out, but is it really that bad? Is the top out sound really that bad, though? I thought the top out sound is fine. This is a 3, yes. I think this is a 3 mil. It's from Swag Keys. This is my favorite brush size. I can look at my invoice later and tell you guys. I asked Bull yesterday, but I want to ask you too, are there more switches or keycaps? What kind of keycaps? Like all keycaps in the world? Fuck, what a great question. I actually don't know. I would assume there's more keycaps. Right? I know it feels like there's a lot of switches, but I also feel like there's a lot of keycap manufacturers that probably go unnoticed. I don't know. What is the right answer here, though? Is there a right answer? Now you have me curious. There's more keycaps. Infinite Amazon clones? Yeah, that too. Hydrate, give me 1 sec. Keycaps definitely easier market to break into. Yeah. Switches are a little bit more niche. Switches are way harder to replicate. Yeah. I know it only feels like recently there's just a lot of switches, but I think in the grand scheme of things, keycaps is just, there's just so many, man. Almost too many. Do artisans count as keycaps? I mean, I'm assuming we're meaning keycap sets, right? What if we talk just about quantity? I still think keycaps. Like, by far. Because there are keycaps... I mean, I would even say, like, technically, I own more keycaps than switches at the moment. For every switch, there needs to be a keycap? Yeah. Plus, I find, like, if you settle on a board, you're buying a few keycap sets, perhaps. I personally own more keycaps than switches, too. What about light switches? Mouse switches? Okay, pause. 1 moment. That doesn't count. That does not count. We're clearly talking about keyword stuff. Get out of here. Can you use too much DBZ? Oh, absolutely. Some streamers use so much that I can use it in my hair. Yeah, you can use way too much DBZ. In fact, it might even like kill the sound of your spacebar stabs and stuff like that too. Like your stabilizers might get muted sounding or feel very squishy. But yeah, you can definitely use too much. I don't know how calm it is, but I want to try a board with split space layout. You don't see them as much on like the main releases, but they definitely exist in. I mean, they're not really secretive, you know. Have you tried WD-40? No. I don't think WD-40 would work for this. For the Manta, do you have a preference between Type Plus or Night V4s? I think I've technically only built with Type Plus, so I don't know. Oh no, maybe I have done one with Night V4s, but it wasn't mine. I don't think I have a preference though. Dragon Ball Z mentioned? When's the new season for that coming out? There's a new one, right? The Beerus stuff? I want to watch that so bad. Wait, I don't need this one. Will you try WD-40? Probably not. During COVID, actually, there was mechanical keyboards on TikTok was like popping. And I remember, actually, I think I was on a call with Marcia. And I remember we were both watching some TikToks. And the trend at the time was to basically, I think it was to either inject it with Vaseline or just like flood switches and stabilizers with Vaseline. And that was like the trick, the quick way to make your keyboard sound good during COVID times. And my God, dude, it was so messy. No, I did not try that, dude. WD-40 and Vaseline had some strange fads during COVID. Yeah. Is it true that cherry switches sound the best spring swapped? And lube with the tears of your enemies. Do you have a lot of enemies that have tears? How did you know it was messy? Watching the TikToks. They just made such messes. That's it. Damn, you guys all have enemies? What the hell? Oh, and cooking oil, people loved lube with... Oh yeah, I remember that was sort of a thing. Clavier did that, I think, too. Kind of wild. Would Annette's tears be a good lube? Annette doesn't cry, I'm pretty sure. Also, hi everyone on YouTube. I just sorry, kind of focusing on Twitch chat today. I woke up with a bit of a headache, and it's pretty much passed for the most part, but it's still kind of there. So glad I'm coming to keyboards now and not years back. Sounds like no one knew what they were doing. Oh, there was definitely people who knew what they were doing, but a lot of misinformation. I think strictly due because the information was hard to decipher at one point. Realistically, could you lube with Vaseline? I don't think you possibly... I can't remember the details with this. I'm pretty sure Vaseline is petroleum based, and I'm not sure how well that actually works with plastics. I'm sure someone probably has a better answer. Shouldn't be used... Yeah, I think you can't actually do it because it... Again, my memory's a little bit shady, but I think it does melt away or eat away at your plastics as you use them. So I probably wouldn't. Yeah. You gotta be a little careful with what you use. It's okay if you like keycap shine. Well, I think inside your Switch you don't want that. Ever do dry MX2As? I did, because everyone kept telling me it was the best thing since sliced bread. Honestly, it was just okay. I didn't like it, but everyone else seems to have some great times with it. I have some 4-rat stabs. I'm not going to use them today. I'm probably going to use them soonish. But yes, I do have some with me now. Probably use them maybe next week. Maybe on Monday. Something like that. Here's a good question for you guys. What's your biggest keyboard gripe? What's the thing that bugs you the most? What are your thoughts on MX2A Browns? I like most cherry switches, with the exception of the Falcons. I don't really like the Falcon bump. But yeah, I like most of them. MX Browns can sound really good. Adhesive components, not gonna lie. Yeah, honestly, same though. Not open sourcing plate and PCB files, true. Hobby speedrunners, also true. But also, I don't mind if people speedrun things. I get everyone has a different pace in which they do things. Flippers and elitists, yeah. Design flaws, does that count? I get it, yeah. I mean, I think that can count as a gripe when things are overlooked. The idea that QWERTY layout was ordained by God and is inherently superior to all their layouts. I've seen that complaint. People reselling boards for more than they originally cost. Yeah, I don't really like flipping culture. Hey man, one of your videos show you with the Krytox tube. Where'd you score that thing from? This one? You could buy them off of... This is 204, my new favorite lube. Originally, I got this off Novel Keys. And then Mike was trying to find some more to source for you guys. And lo and behold, he found an older batch. I think he's just selling the tubs like that. I think they're still up. Again, I do work for Novel Keys, so... But I think he's still selling them for $500 for a big tube, a big tub. I don't think I'm ever going to run out of lube. Like, I'm still using the lube that's on the lid. The one that like kind of got mixed up in transit. I don't think I'm ever going to run out of lube now for 204, but I think there's like 204, 205, and something else. $500 for this is a kilo. That's not that bad. Shelf life? Okay. I used to work for a company that stored Krytox. I believe Krytox is what, 15 to 20 years shelf life? I think. It's a long time. You'll be okay. And that's like the min. I think it's 20 years or something like that. You still work for a company that... No, well... Not one that specializes in it, no. Biggest gripe is definitely figuring out how different switches sound in person. You know, I do think... I know it's not always super valuable, but buying those switch testers is always kind of handy. You get a good idea of what you want. Shelf life is almost infinite if stored properly. Yeah. If you keep it in a nice, like, cool place, dry and cool. How do you explain that much lube in your possession? I mean, that's easy to explain. I just tell people I buy in bulk. I needed to buy in bulk. I'm tired of buying little things like this because these are like... For me, this is like 20 or 30 bucks. And it's not that much. You know what I mean? When I could just spend... Obviously, it's a lot more, but like this will last me a lot longer. And technically, it brings down the cost of this to like half. So it just makes more sense for me to buy in bulk. Glad you're on YouTube, by the way. Twitch ad spam is really getting out of hand. Yeah, I know. Nothing you can do. So I was a bit late to the stream. Can I get an initial impression of the board? It looks beautiful. I think I don't know how valid this is, but like I would have done one small thing different. I say small, but I don't know. I don't know if it's small or large. I would have shown the inside portion on the back as like a Toblerone. I think this could have been really well done as a Toblerone, like echoed. Even just leaving this and like doing something as a Toblerone, but it would have definitely increased the price of the board. It's still very pretty. They did a good job with the design. It screams the theme it's after. Like it does a good job of conveying it. Hold on, there was some more gripes I was reading. Changing my answer, my answer is people who have no business running a business and thinking they know everything about running a successful or sustainable storefront or design studio. Well, I mean, you're always going to know, like... trust me, I have the same gripe. But I think what I've really come to learn over the years is there's always going to be people who just think they know it all. And whether it comes with a cocky attitude or something, eventually they'll have to learn something the hard way. Unfortunately, though, a lot of the times, sometimes other people get caught up in their learning the hard way thing. But, I mean, usually it's the worst for them, so. I mean, I think, it's weird, like on a more larger scale in life, I find it very weird that lately I'm finding less and less people, like newer people that I'm talking to. It's like being humble just isn't the fucking thing anymore. You know how many times I even tell, like, I meet people and then they have this, like, they have to flex everything they own, everything they have, like, they gotta tell me. And it's one of those things where it's like, chill. Like, it's not a race. We're not trying to, like, fucking... Yeah, and I feel like even on socials, even in, like, a lot of online discussions, it's just a lot of, like, I know more than you, look at what I have. And fuck, it is just, like, tie your ring. Social media culture? Yeah, like, listen, I'm all for being passionate about what you love and showing people that. But I think there's definitely a very clear-cut difference between being humble and just showing your passions, and then also just showing off for the sake of showing off. Like, you can definitely tell. If you have some social cue readings and you're good at it, like, you can always pick that shit up. Dude, that's one of the big reasons I left audio hobby? I just couldn't do it anymore. It was just way too, like, flexy, and just everything was just like, look at me, and then everyone was just an asshole to everyone in audio. And, like, maybe this is one of my gripes. Dude, it is just so tiring. Just how many, like, people just feel the need to just be jackasses to one another in hobbies. It's a hobby, bro. It's supposed to be chill, and you're supposed to have some fun doing it. If your hobby consumes you to the point where you're just, like, getting angry at other people, like, fucking chill. Slow down. It's supposed to be fun, bro. Audio was the epitome of that, though. I had to leave audio stuff. It was just too much for me. I mean, it's the truth, Alex. It's the truth. Home hi-fi people love to flex because high-end stuff is very expensive. I don't know. I feel like when I'm doing something, I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for other people. Thanks for declaring this. Lots of people need to be reminded of this. Oh, man. Trust me, Alan. Like, sometimes I wonder if people realize that the hobby is supposed to calm you down and not spike your cortisol. Sometimes I feel like people forget. I sold all my audio shit like 4 to 5 years ago. It's an expensive, slippery slope. It is. Plus, sometimes it's a... Wait, it is? Sometimes it's also a hobby for audio that, like, you get lost in things. I'm trying to find the right word. Get a little lost. I passively collect Blu-rays, and the hobby is lousy with people who buy stacks of movies they don't watch. The flexing is nuts. I was watching this documentary thing of it was on YouTube. It was really, really, really interesting. But essentially it was showing off people that, or not showing off people, but, like, demonstrating that people do things now for online clout only. And I think the thing they were showing was called, like, their offline bags or something like that. It was a really interesting YouTube channel that really kind of, like, I was like, oh, you know what? And it's supposed to be like, to get offline, you buy this bag of offline goodies. But then it shows the copious amount of people who buy these offline bags, which is, like, it's supposed to be like a book, a game, like Scrabble, or no Scrabble, but like Sudokus. And then they proceed to record themselves with their offline bag hauls to post online. And it's kind of just like this snake that eats its own head type, like its own tail type thing. Like it kind of defeats the purpose, right? And it's so true. Like I think a lot of the stuff we do nowadays, like you just want to show off and flex. Like that's everything, you know. It's very, I don't know. I feel like it's very like demanding of attention. Everything these days needs to be online, which feels draining. The analog, is that what they're called? Analog bags, yeah. I don't know who that person is, but I watched a YouTube video on someone basically saying it's like the epitome of like what we've turned into these days. It was so interesting. Oh my God, Alex. That's not what he did, but okay. There's also this. There's also the reason why I mentioned natural forming hobbyist areas or on an earlier convo. It's so true, dude. This is also part of the reason why I don't post anything anymore other than my keyboard stuff, which is like my job now. But anything outside of that, if you guys notice, very rare. Extremely rare. I just want to do things for me, man. Dude, you know what subreddit? I'm sorry if this calls anyone out, and I don't mean any like true offense, but I just think it's crazy and I don't really understand it. There is a Poke Invest subreddit, I think. Pokemon investing, where like people will buy things and they're like trying to figure out about like, you know what I'm talking about, Cheese? And then they're trying to figure out like what their shit's gonna be worth like 20. It's just peak buying shit for the sake of buying shit, dude. I fucking hate that sub. I just like, oh, it hurts my head. The Pop-Tart thing I don't think is real, right? I know what you're talking about. I don't think that Pop-Tart one's real. The scalper mindset ruins every hobby at some point. It's because everyone's looking to like cash out, you know? How do you feel about people demanding to get compensated for a review? Like when you buy something and they ask you for your feedback? Wait, how do you feel about people demanding they get compensated for a review? Like when you buy, I'm sorry, Pancake, I'm not following. Like if I were to go to like a store and buy like, I don't know, groceries? Or what do you mean by that? Like, and they ask me to do a Google review? Or do you mean like an actual product? Like if I were to send you I need more context on that. YouTube recommended me a YouTube channel who did that, Pokemon TCG Investing. God. My goodness, dude. I don't know what to say. Little worm behavior, very cringe. Yeah, like I'm not trying to like bully people either, right? But fuck, man, is it not just like tiring with the only thing you think about is like flipping things and like it's just, there's no value that I feel flippers or do. They don't do anything of value. I'm sorry, they don't. I've had this opinion for quite some time now. They're a middleman, right? And the thing about people who act as middlemen, it's there's just no real anything they bring to the table. You remove the middleman, things still work. They're actually more of a, they cripple the system, you know? I mean, Craig's, some people have argued that flipping is a hobby to them. So, I don't know. Realtors right now, I agree. I mean, that's a whole other subset of issues. Oh, there it is. I dropped it. Got stuck in my finger. A flipper is basically someone who goes to the store, right? And let's just say they notice that bread is cheap. Actually, here's a great real life example. I used to work at Best Buy as a sales associate for about a year. And every time we'd have a sale on printers or routers, there would be the same few people who would come in and buy every printer and router in the store. And then they would go to their own business, or they'd have like a newspaper listing, and they'd try to sell those same routers and the same printers for about 15, 20 bucks more to turn a profit. So they basically take something that at retail is supposed to be on sale and then flip them. Yeah, it's like easy mode money, they think anyways, but I don't know, it's kind of lame. I remember when I used to work at Best Buy, we actually had asked them to stop. I remember one of the managers there said, hey, we have a limit on things, and they threw the biggest tantrum. And then they brought everybody in their family to go buy like 3 or 4 different routers because the limit was like 4 or something. So there was like 20 people that this guy knew who all came in and bought 4 routers for like this main guy. I was just fucking shaking my head, man. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah, Alu plate's the only plate we have. So here's the game plan. We're gonna start with these cream switches, and then we'll move on to MX2As. I mean, if this sounds like absolutely incredibly amazing, maybe there's no point, but like we'll see. We'll see what we do today. So wait, Pancake, I wanted to know what you said actually. Let me see your chat history for a moment. Like when you buy some springs and you get an email saying, hey, leave a review. Oh, I mean, you know what? If people feel like their time is that, they're valuable, like they value their own time, and they ask, hey, can I get compensated for the review, and they get told no, then I think that's the end of the story. You know, I think when a company is asking for a review, it there's 2 things about this, right? First of all, it's obviously very valuable for them and for their customers. Typically, people only leave reviews. It's like an actual stat. People only leave reviews when they're displeased, right? Or when they get super exceptional service. Companies do benefit from reviews. You know, it builds trust, etc., etc. However, companies would not benefit if the whole listing said paid reviews. So it's like a catch-22 in a way. Like, yes, I would love if everyone got compensated or something for a review, but like if there's any form of compensation that it's given to as an incentive to write a review, then that needs to be disclosed. And then suddenly, you know, these random one-off reviews by someone who doesn't have like a repertoire of reviewing doesn't really make any sense. But again, like, I think the thing is, a company says, hey, you know, you bought this, would you like to review it? If the guy says, no, I don't, I want to get paid, and the company's like, no, we can't do that, then I think that's the end of the line. Like, that's the end of the story. Why did someone complain about that or something? What would be better if companies didn't spam emails for people to review things? To be fair, I'm not defending companies doing that. A lot of it is automated by a lot of these like Shopify, stuff like that. I do think it'd be nice if there was a button, or like, you know, the newsletter buttons. I think that should fall under that for sure. To me, if I leave a review, I like the place or the product, I feel like the product needs some explanation. Apparently, doing something for free for the love of the community is dumb. That's really ironic. Was there like a large subset of people that said that? Yeah, if it's like a one-off thing where someone said that, then it's just kind of like shrug, you know, whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah. If it was a large set of people, it'd be ironic for a lot of reasons, but... speaking of reviews and stuff, I think... Oop, hold on, it just left. I think a lot of people should only review after prolonged use of something. I feel like people tend to review things too fast. Oh, I've actually said this about keyboards, but it's impossible. It's literally impossible a lot of the time with keyboard stuff. But I have brought this up many years ago. Unfortunately, there are limited time frames, and with the way that a lot of this stuff works, you never really get to, use things for more than probably like a week at most. So it's tough. But yeah, I think it's at KJ's point too. Like with keyboard stuff, I don't know, I feel like what you get is what you get. But yeah, long-term things like a couch for sure. Long-term reviews are more about the vendor than the keyboard. Honestly, big truth. Manta's so lit. Thank you, Squirrely. How heavy is the board? I'll have to get a weight or the scale later and check the weight. And in general, how do you even objectively review stuff that's so preference-based? Ooh. I've said for a long time, while we're popping in switches, I'll talk to you guys here. Dude, this has been such a struggle for me. And I feel like, thank you for letting me even talk about this, but like, for years, before I even started doing reviews, I just built my own keyboards. Like, I literally bought every kit that I built. For about a year and a half, I'd say. The only keyboard build that I really got as like a, you can review this. By the way, Alex, there's 2 ways to use this. Oh yeah, I saw that. Further, at the beginning of the stream, I showed people that. It's like flipping it up and down. But basically, like, it took me a few years to really understand what matters to people when it comes to objective criticism with keyboards. There are tons of people that argue with me still, or may argue against me because they feel like I'm not critical enough about the sound of things. But like, how the fuck do I be critical about the sound of things? The answer to that is I cannot. I've literally built keyboards to which sound empty. They aren't the greatest. We all agree they're kind of meh. I have tracking links in some of those things, like in the form of referral codes that let me know like someone bought a product with your code. There are some boards in which, like, I think the Glitter 65 is a great example. There were many people who bought that, and we didn't like the board. Even the Nama, some people did buy it. There was a few who bought it through my link. And, it just goes to show you that a lot of this stuff is still preference-based. The objective things are the things I like to talk about and make a big deal about, where it's like, does the internals fit? Is it a good build experience? Does the theme of the keyboard fit? I think you criticize boards that others glaze, so you have great integrity. Thank you, Oz. I keep telling people the Manta's awful, but everyone bought it nonetheless. True. For one, can those people even define the difference between objective and subjective? Don't mention the Nama, man, that thing got delayed, I heard. The clickiness of sound isn't very good, and then someone else is like, but I really like it, and I'm a huge critic in this space. Yeah, and this is why I really don't care about criticizing the sound of a keyboard too much, because here's a great thing. Someone in chat, I don't know if they're here, posted a video of them fooling around with their Manta, and they didn't put any of the force breaks. They built it like the most bare bones way possible, and it was echoey. If I had shown that off, like, if that's like one way of building it, it's just, there's so many different ways. It's subjective, there's so many different things. I mean, there's been boards where people have showed me, and I'm going to be honest, like, the sound isn't quite my thing, but I know people like it. And by that attitude, we can, if we had like a subjective, it didn't exist in this hobby, if we couldn't, look past the subjective areas of the keyboards, then everything would be the exact same. And then the other negative thing that comes with that too, which I actually explained on Simon's stream, then if I start going, yeah, this sounds good, it's objectively good sound-wise, then I'm setting like a bar saying this has to be the standard when that doesn't exist in sound. It can't, because everyone perceives things differently and everyone's brains get scratched differently when it comes to sound too. And then I'm just telling people what to think. So, anyways, that's it. Long answer for that, but I apologize. But I wouldn't have nearly as much knowledge. Thank you, Blue. Appreciate the kind words. I do think criticisms are valuable, even if it's subjective. Yes, for sure. And like you guys have heard me say, for example, oh, this sounds a bit hollow in this area. And I think that's the end of the story when it comes to like the criticism there. You know, when it comes to sound criticism. Also, no matter what people say, keyboard designers take your criticism very seriously. Just look at the Tofu TKL. They advised every point you made. Your points are legit. Thank you. We still buy DCS even though you don't like it, so don't worry. Exactly. Well, I just don't really like DCS. It's just, it has like this thinner sound profile, which is not my thing. But dude, Bull really likes it, for example. Bull's a good friend, you know? Bull loves DCS. Also, hi Ross, how you doing? My friend ran an IC and he took every opinion very seriously. I think that can also, like, low-key be a bad thing. I think sometimes you do need to stick with your design. But it's also really important to listen to criticism. Alex just said DCS objectively sounds... Oh my god, dude, I did not say that. I did not say that, dude. This guy. Name of the switch? These are cream switches from Novel Keys. And then we're going to do... I'm going to put minimal on this, guys, because I just really want to do a nice basic white keycap set on this board today. I want to let the board do all the talking today. There's definitely a balance that needs to be achieved between your vision and criticism, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Right, when it comes to certain material and the quality of it, it obviously impacts sound, but can be criticized in its own way. But whether someone does or does not like this specific sound is their own opinion. Exactly. But yeah, it took me a long time to realize like how I should be looking at things. And dude, some people are still not happy with it, but honestly, I'm really happy with the way that I look at things. I think I try to be as objective as I can about certain things, and I still make good commentary, I think, anyways, that's respectful, keyword, about other things. So I don't know, I'm happy with the way I do my stuff. I've tried to implement new things over the years to really drive points home. Yeah, I don't know. I take your guys' feedback too. Like if you guys want to see more of something, I've always taken your guys' feedback on that. You know, we're gonna do, which one's here? You hate my feedback? That's not true. I think I'm gonna do the blue gaskets here. I think these are the 50As, right? So, I don't know which way is which technically, but we can flip these over to make them feel different. So with the narrow side of the silicone gasket facing down, the positionings, plate ear slots are in suspended state, providing greater deformation. Ooh. This is like very translated here. So this way will be more bouncy. This way will be more stable. So we want to make it more bouncy right now. I think I'm going to go with this way first. So on the bottom, it'll look like this. So it gives it some room to breathe and move around. Well, gasket weights, and also even the way that they absorb things, can affect the sound in a number of ways. And usually that's going to be like how much vibration gets passed through things, and how well vibration gets absorbed and whatnot. So for example, on a very hard silicone gasket that sits in between two pieces of aluminum, dono wall. Did I miss a dono? No, I didn't. What the hell? the harder gasket might actually sound more resonant, while the softer gasket, or maybe a gasket of a different material, might actually sound less resonant. I don't know if this needs a force break. I guess we'll find out. They did mention that they will have adhesive pour-on gasket options for final production. That would be really sick. BLV, how you doing, man? These are leaf springs. I'm not too worried about these being detrimental to the sound, but if they are, like if I want the spacebar to be more open, these are easy to take out. But I'm not too worried. I don't think the rule of having a gasket point under the spacebar is a rule you always need to adhere by. It's usually only a rule for certain styles of, for me anyways. Again, this is a personal rule, but I have found that certain things underneath the spacebar for certain boards, you know, need it or don't need it. Usually when a mounting point is more stiff, usually. Top mount, definitely applicable all the time, always in my humble opinion. On a gasket point that's really wide, for example, on an aluminum plate, I find usually I don't like those. But for these, they're really small and these shouldn't be that big of a deal. Dude, that's awesome though. 2 extra sets of pour-on gaskets would be sweet. I'm here for that. Is it this bit? I can't see. It is. Can you make me dinner? What are you thinking? What do you want for dinner? What do you guys want? Food? No, it's very specific. Thank you very much. You guys doing anything tonight, by the way? I know it's only it's Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday, but... You guys doing anything for Mother's Day this weekend? Huh? Anybody? Should be a busy weekend. I got a set of clip-in stabs for the first time. Does anyone have any tips to make them install easier? Clip-in stabs are actually one of the easiest things to install. Make sure you clip them, and then you just push them in. Alright, this looks nice. Very cool. I guess I have to take out the weight and put it in the daughter board, huh? Is it the same bit? It is not. Okay, different bit. I bought her a new vacuum cleaner that she mentioned last month. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we also probably need to get a new one soon too. What the hell? Oh, there's 2 different bits for this? Wish that wasn't the case. But I guess they are 2 different screws, I suppose. We celebrate Mother's Day in March. Only thing coming up is my B-Day. Is it different where you are, Eamon? More aggressive, Alex? What happened? I wish I could buy my mom something, but she doesn't care for material gifts. My mom's the same way. I know I'm putting my grubby little fingers on this, but... So, if you did want to take out this other weight, which I don't know why you would, but in case you want to see it out, I don't know, you can just unscrew it from the other side over here. Ooh, I kind of like the machining on this side. That's pretty. This internal weight's really gorgeous. It's a shame it's on the inside. Thick weight? Yeah, some thickness to it. This is the Porsche-inspired one, yes. I guess you guys celebrate the American Mother's Day? I guess so. I didn't know there was 2 different days for it. Interesting. Oh, I need the cable too. We're going to start off by using NK creams, and if we really hate the sound of these, which, I mean, I don't know. I have a feeling I'm not going to love them. I'm going to switch to MX2As. Shouldn't be that big of a change up here. I'm more just yapping a lot today. I apologize. I don't hate creams. That's not true. What the hell? We appreciate the yap. Thanks. I enjoy the yapping, so no reason to apologize. Thanks, guys. Yeah, sometimes I tend to overtalk and overshare. I just like talking. I'm having my first extra coffee for the first time in a long time tonight. I don't know why. Today has just been like a mentally tiring day. But I also think it's because I did this thing where I sleep in an extra 20-30 minutes. And it always like kills my day, like energy level wise. Dude, what the hell is going on here? Talk. I like when streamers are yappers. All my favorite streamers are yappers. Thanks, dude. Yeah, oversleeping is a thing. I know everyone also has a different amount of time that they sleep for. I find my time is about 7 hours. Anything more than that and I feel like shit. So this gets fed through this. I do love to yap. Okay, so is this going to go in easy or is it going to get snagged on the cable? No, that went in pretty easy. Cool. Happy about that. 9 is glorious with no alarm clock. 8 is where it's at. 8 was what gave me the headache today. 10 hours of sleep up with kids. So it's like more not, it's not like 10, it's like 5. Sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's not. Yeah. I've noticed that if I get up immediately when you wake up for the first time, you'll be good. Well, okay. You know what? Maybe you're onto something because today I woke up at my normal time, which is about 8 o'clock. But then I knew that I had a late start today and I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to stay in bed. So I woke up, but then tried to fall back asleep and it took me a few minutes and I did fall back asleep and I woke up at around 8:50. And that's, I think, what gave me the headache. So I think waking up and trying to go back to sleep isn't all that what it's cracked up to be for me. 5 hours, I can't see it. Dude, 5 hours is what I used to fall asleep to, dude. Everyone's different, right? I think that's the case with sleeping. Everyone has like different sleep schedules and patterns. I wore my mask yesterday though, Adam. I think I did anyways. Oh no, I didn't. I think I did not actually. Oh my god, if this is magnetic. Currently using the Neo 65HE. Is it worth switching to the low-free Ryzen? Ooh, I actually have an update for that board for you guys. I have been using the low-free Ryzen every day since I built it for gaming. It does give me cramps after about an hour. I still think the board is really cool though. And for the price point of the Ryzen, if you're okay with it, then just fucking get it. But it is a little bit awkward. I wish it wasn't 12 degrees. Victim of the 12-degree angle? Yeah. All right. Oh, wait. I forgot to do one thing. Yes, the ESD sheet. Almost forgot. Almost forgot. Let's just lean this up right here. And then we'll grab the ESD sheet. It's in this thing, right? You said there's an adhesive on this? I don't see it. Is it? You said that, right, brother? I think this gets... Oh, no, wait. I think there is some sort of adhesive here. How the hell do I peel this off? Do I? I kind of hate the fact that this is an adhesive, though. There's film on both sides? What the fuck? Not adhesive? Oh, not adhesive. Can you ask them, Feather, to put a pull tab on this? That would be immensely helpful. And yeah, I think there's one more on this side. Oh, man. Hold on one sec, Claim. We'll add that for sure. Oh, I don't think I have. I have like a little bit of a longer fingernail right now. It's an ESD protector. Dude, I might just give up on this side. I did take the plastic off a GPU today and there was no pull tab. I feel like I was lacking opposable thumbs. Dude, honestly. Oh man, it's so true. Feather said 100% we had to use it, Phoenix. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna crash right now. You see this about brain structure? Your body wakes up to an hour, meaning you don't have any sleep enough. Yeah. I think I've read that before, too. Got it. Simulate what Feather's support tickets will be like and see what happens by him not using it. I don't want to not use it. It's very clear, so you won't even notice this in the bottom of your board here. Okay. Yeah, 1000% put the pull tabs on this. I was about to lose my mind. Okay. All right. Let's put the top back on and screw it together. It's a classy looking PCB assembly. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with everything here. No, I do not have the pour on gaskets today. Finishing my walk while watching this cozy stream. Third. How long do you normally walk for? Phoenix, I mean, if Feather's saying 100% mandatory, I would probably say just use the ESD sheet. I wouldn't risk it. You know? I went on a little walk yesterday. 10K, I mean, hell yeah, dude. I'm proud of you for doing that, bro. Walking's so important, bro. Even when I go to the gym now, I actually don't do runs or jogs. I actually just do incline walking. It's so good for you. What issue would occur if I bought this and want it redone in a rare Porsche color? I don't think it's a dumb question at all. Removing the ano if possible. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't probably run into any issues. The only thing you may run into, just because I don't know how automotive paint is you may run into an issue of will the parts fit together nicely. The automotive paint, again, I'm not sure, may add thickness to certain areas. So for example, would the weight fit in nicely? Would the top and bottom fit together nicely? You'd have to see how, yes, you'd have to see how thick everything is. It's a terrible way to say that, but you know what I mean. The feet are on, yes. Yes, Theracoat's the same issue too. You guys know what I mean, not that kind of thick. Alright, let's get my keycaps. I mean, if Porsche paint is like 8 layers thick, then you might run into some problems. Sorry, I got a little lazy and I was taking this off today. Might be. So again, just to explain what's going on, we're gonna try the creams. If we hate the creams, I'm gonna switch to MX2As. I'm really, really hoping this board sounds good. These are NK creams, yes. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if I put red line on this. You know, I don't. I know a bunch of you probably are gonna bandwagon on red line now. I just don't think it'll look very good. 8, 9, 0. Ooh, I should have put Grand Prix. Fuck, that's a good idea. Grand Prix might have looked great too. Let me, after this, I forgot I had that set. After this, maybe when we do the rebuild, we'll do Grand Prix. Perhaps. Maybe. BRG might look really good too. That's a good point. Do you guys want BRG on the next one or Grand Prix? Ew, Bard. Gotta cheat with the other keyboard. Contrary whatever Adam thinks. Oh, okay. We're gonna do that today. I have BRG. I don't know. Is there a difference between round 2 and R1? I really don't remember which one I have. I can't remember when I bought that. Oh shit. Insty, can you DM me? Even your tiny watch artisan would look clean. Okay, I kind of did look up some Porsche stuff before the stream just to like get an idea of their stuff. Is it Porsches that have watches on the inside of the cars? Or is it not Porsches? Am I thinking of a different vehicle? Like they have the console area for a clock or something? Sorry, I say watches. A clock. I'm gonna be roasted later. Again, I'm not really a car guy, so excuse me if I'm wrong. They do, okay. I saw that in a whole bunch of pictures. This goes here. Lexus and Mercedes did it for a while. So is it just Porsches that have it? Or is there more than Porsche? Is it okay if I just call it Porsche? I feel like Porsche is too fancy for me. I'm not that level of fancy. Bow is so nice. Right? Chat, what is your favorite Porsche color? Mine is amethyst metallic. I don't know any colors. I really don't know. Recently got a customer that wanted a Porsche printed on a keycap. It was a fun project. Oh, damn. Which one? Which model of Porsche? It's a premium car brand thing. How much is this in USD? I'm just gonna say $400 because I don't really know how much it'll be tomorrow, for example. About $400. But I think it came in at $387 when I did the conversion or something like that. Who are the vendors? It is Key Spenceri. And then there's other vendors for other parts of the world as well. If you guys are in other parts of the world. Let's do the chain goes here. Take a little sip of coffee. Keybay. Love me some Keybay tech. You think this would sound good with the HE PCB? I hate to be this guy, but it would probably sound like most HE keyboards. I think HE is really dependent on the switches you use. So I would probably expect for a more foamier or just a more plasticier sounding build with the majority of HE switches you have at the moment. There are some, though, that don't sound super, super bad. I might have an HE PCB from the Kafka, but it's unbuilt right now. I need to wait to build that, actually. It's sitting right here. Right, this one here. That's the Kafka unbuilt. I'm drinking coffee. I also don't have a crazy day tomorrow. I'm just streaming a Manta build with you guys that I've already finished the keycaps for and stuff, or switches for. So today I might try to stay up and play some games and just relax. From experience, how do you think it'll sound? Let me see how this sounds first and I can guess. What creamer are you using? Just 10%. Did you see that I use creamer? That's crazy. Sport Classic Gray is best. IMHO. In my honest opinion, I agree too. I think it's really nice on this board. All right, what else do I need? Tab. Backspace. Oh my gosh. I forgot Minimal has nothing else in it. Did Minimal get sold as a small base kit? I can't remember now. It's so long. Fuck, do I have everything then? I feel like, am I missing something for Minimal then? Am I missing the short shift? Wait, where's the enter key? Oh my lord. Where did it go? Maybe I'll just use an accent for something else. I think I left it on another board too. Minimal switches. Very minimal set. I don't remember how it got sold. Keycap's been so scuffed lately. Dude, this is an ever happening thing on my stream. Minimal's an old set. I think I had it on the Harbor at one point for a long time. And then I used it for accent keys. And then I also mix-matched it and put other things on other boards. So I wouldn't be surprised if I just like don't have everything in one box. Which I clearly don't. So I'm not super surprised. Although, I'm surprised about the short shift. When can we get an M sound test, please? Oh, did I put those in the wrong spot? Minimal or Classicer? I like Classicer a little bit better. I mean, this is just bow. It's a pretty standard fare thing. Okay, let me just quickly grab something else. One moment. Did I also mess these up too? Damn. I'll fix it right now. I will admit though, you know what it is too? Did I put them back in the right spots? Oh no, I put them back in the wrong spots. No way? Shh. Yeah. First time, he'll get it eventually? No, I do have an enter. Just give me a second. I think I know where they are. One sec. I think I put them in this box here. Here. You know what? I'm going to use a different kit accent just for some color. Know the short shifts in here. Let me just find it. Charatos. I'm here. I'm just trying to find a keycap set. Modern Materials is the worst set ever made. Jokes, Mr. Mod Musings. I absolutely love them. I love Mod Musings. Don't be mean to Mr. Mod Musings. Please. I beg. I think this looked nice on it, actually. Literal skill issue? For what? Aha. Alright, and then... let's use the green escape. Thank you, Chip. Appreciate you. Don't fall. Thank you, man. I have another wob set with some accent keys in it, so I think I just mixed them up. Red accent would be better. I don't think I have a red other than Crimson Cadet, but that'll also not say enter. That says like what? Something else. I don't remember what it is. But Wob will have icons on the enter. I mean, I think this is fine. This is from Key Kobo Wob. We're gonna switch it anyways to Grand Prix, so don't feel too, don't love this too much. All right. First build of the night. The Jahre with NK creams And this is with the blue gaskets face down. Inspired by the... Okay, you know what? Let's see how this sounds. Aluminum plates. GMK keycaps. Again, these are stock switches. I mean, it sounds pretty standard fare. I'm like happy with it. I'm gonna be honest. There's a little something with the sound that I can tell is like not 100% my thing. I see you guys like it. I want to try the cherries so bad on this. So we're gonna put the cherries in. For stock switches though, I think it's fine. I definitely hear some feedback. Not sure where that's coming from. Oh my god, it almost does sound like top mount. You know, even though I think this is supposed to be the let me unplug it. This is supposed to be the softer build. This is still pretty firm. It's the spacebar that kills it for me. Wouldn't mind the creams to the rest of the board. I'm also curious about something too. I'm curious if we take out the mounting point under the spacebar. These are... I mean, yeah, these are 50A. We could try the softer ones too. Here, let's do that quick. This doesn't take that long to open. I'm surprised though, to be honest with you, Feather, it's this stiff at 50A still. I thought 50A would have been a good middle ground. Yeah, I'm going to try just putting the softer ones on everything, Phoenix. Yeah, the exposed screws make this a way easier board to open and experiment with things. Are the feetsies thin? Nah, they got some height to them. You would hear a lot of thudding if the feet were really thin. Like a bunch. Are your feetsies thin? No, I have wide feet and it makes shoe shopping a fucking nightmare, dude. Okay, can I also say this in a polycarbonate build would be sick. I hate to be that guy, and I know this goes against the whole theme, but this board in PC would be insane. Shoe shopping 10 times fast? Is it hard to say? That's also me, unfortunately. Finding a cool shoe also in wide isn't like impossible. Yeah, I've pretty much only used now New Balance. They're the only shoe that like fits well on me and I like the styles of. I don't know what wide fit I am. Honestly, I've forgotten over the years. But yeah, just New Balance.
Following along while building my first custom he board, decided to give the split space Wooting V2 a try after watching your stream.
So wait, you're using the split space. I think you'll like it for gaming a lot, man. I really do think you'll like it. I'm a big fan of split while gaming these days. Cause like, dude, half the time you have your headphones on, so you're not gonna hear your spacebar. But thank you again for the dono, bro. Split gives you access to like different functions you can do. So if you're someone who uses like or plays a game that maybe needs some macros and you want to use a smaller board, fantastic way to play games, in my humble opinion. All right, really quick, we're just gonna see how this sounds now with the softer gaskets, and then we'll switch over to cherries. That's why I like GKL, because I can crouch. Wait, what is that, chump? The sock's not all the way in? Oh, I got it. Didn't I get them all? The detail on this board is so understated but super refined. Yes, agreed. The overall design is fantastic. My thumbs can comfortably press right alt and space in games. I find the way I hold my WASD keys, a split spacebar works wonders for me. Because I just happen to rest my thumb right beside the center key for split, which makes it a fantastic thing for me to like go in and click new keys. All right, let's see now with the other gaskets. It's still rather stiff. There's still a little bit of resonance, and I know some people really like a little bit of resonance. The sound's there. You know what? A small part of me does feel... I changed gaskets. I do feel like this might need a smidge of a force break. If you did want to jump away from some of those resonance sound profile. So, sound's there though. I don't know if it's the weight. We can experiment. Let's switch switches first, shall we? That's our first order of business here. Swapping our switches. Put Endgame creams back to 2021? No, I like creams. They just need to be modded. These are non-modded creams. Non-modded creams. Yeah, they can sound amazing if you lube them. They also have to be modded and left outside for a bit. Oh, because the joke is because they smell? These ones don't smell though. They're self-lubing? Oh gosh. Don't get me started, please. Do MX Blacks start to sound a bit different to you? No, but I can tell a lot about a board because I use them so often. I can tell if I like something or not, even more if I just use MX Blacks to test things. It's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's your standard, you know? You can really figure out if you like something from that. All right, let's put minimal back. Drop something. Move this manta over. Yeah, your baseline, your reference. Reference is the best word. Thank you. Definitely your reference. I think Poron would have been a nice fit to the mounting. They're adding Poron for the final thing here. Poron will be available in the production unit. Overall, though, if I had to just base it off of this one thing, still a firm type, very reminiscent of... It almost kind of feels like a top mount. A little bit slightly softer than a top mount. What else? A little bit of resonance in its sound currently. I really feel like a plastic plate would do really, really well on this board. I guess what I'm trying to say is Broken In MX. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's definitely some sound difference between Broken In. Still firm after flipping the gaskets? Isn't this the non-firm way? With it facing down, the narrow side facing down? I think it's the other way that it's firmer, right? And I only tried the non-firm way, so... I don't mind the gasket points. Again, we can do some experimenting once I get the cherry switches in. Oh my god, jeez. My poor GMK stems. See ya, buddies. I can't just use my fingers today. Are stab pads worth the effort? No. Stab pads are absolutely never worth the effort. Does anyone think they're worth the effort here? Does anyone think so? 4 spray pads. Yeah, they double as other things for the keyboard. I don't think they're worth it at all. Yeah, I use them for other purposes in keyboards. Yeah, don't even bother. Yeah, I agree with Pancake on that. If you want it to make your board a bit more silent, then do so, but... Alright, well, I'm just going to mix these up. I don't care where they go. Oh my lord. I actually want to throw Minimal in a plastic tub. I kind of don't want to keep the box.
God damn, dude.
Drew, thank you so much. Oh, looks like we're doing a giveaway. Alright, we'll do a giveaway quick. Hold on. Good time to do it, too. Bro doesn't keep his boxes? I don't really care. Okay, this will be for an NV70. Give me a moment to set this up. 1 second, everybody. Stream elements. Dashboard. Loyalty. I do ask the winner to pay for shipping. NV70. All right. You have until I finish taking off the keycaps and switching switches. But I want redline, please. Damn it. I honestly think, if I'm being honest with you, Drew, I think the other set will look nicer, but I'm down to do whatever. What if we put it to a vote for you, Drew? Redline is like black and gray, or black, gray, and red. I know I did damage a key for my Grand Prix set, though. I think my F9 and F10, not that we're using it today. Long story short, when I was soldering one day, I leaned the soldering iron against the key. So I did have to, like, unfortunately, they got pretty damaged. I think I ended up just tossing it out because I don't even think they were fitting on the keycap very well. But now I don't remember. Yeah, dude, these stems are something. So nice.
Exclamation mark ticket.
Thank you, Matt. I don't know if it works that way, but you should definitely tip it again. Thank you so much for the sub, though. No, Gorp was too expensive. I love this set, but dude, listen, I missed the group buy just because I had other priorities I need to spend money on then, but it was $250 CAD before shipping and import fees. So, I don't know about you, that ain't for me. Oh god, that's a tough one. 250 smackaroonies was a lot. Beautiful set, though. Definitely a beautiful set. Why did my phone give me a hype train notification? I'm literally watching the stream. Huh? What do you mean? Sorry, I'm just talking about it. I don't really care. I'm gonna throw out the box tonight. I accidentally bought the Alt Alphas for Gorp twice. I don't know what the extra ones. You can always just sell them. I'm sure someone wants them. I'm gonna leave this off the side and change it over tonight. All right. The NV70s are brand new kits, though, by the way. Brand spanking new. Burgundy would look nice on this board. I think burgundy would look good too. What's the poll looking like right now? Oh my god. Wait, why is it just red line and none? This freaking guy. Who set up this poll? Who did this? Alex, best to send a build request to ask about some specifics since you're allergic to my DMs. Not allergic to DMs. Honestly, can I be honest? Okay, sorry, I'm saying honest too much. Let me keep it. Let me just like keep it simple. I've been a little bit overwhelmed by messages recently, so I've been ignoring DMs. There's just been a lot of stuff happening, so I've just been hesitant to use it for my own mental health as well. So I've been getting worse with doing DMs because of that. If you feel like spacebars need to be swapped, feel free to do so. What do you mean, brother? Like the gaskets or something? This is a joke. I didn't say anything. Mine is. Huh? No, I've been, how's my eye? It's doing good, doing way better today. I don't mean to bring too much attention to things, but like, yeah, just been some not so nice characters, and you know, sometimes because of things, people tend to send you rude DMs and harass you a little bit. So I've just been a little bit off of it. Oh, the stab. No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's a stab. I think it's just literally our switch choice today. I think we're in a good spot. No, they can't give me anything. So essentially, my eye thing was just a clump of floaties all in one spot. No, cheese. I mean, it's partly that for sure, but like, there's other things that I've just been not dealing with the greatest in my own head. I've been ignoring everything for the most part, but yeah, I've just been a little bit like, I don't want to talk about it too much just because it's my own shit, but like, yeah, I don't want to engage too much. And I think every time I look at it, I just get a little bit overwhelmed. Yeah, they told me I have to let my body deal with it, Insty. They said, give it a few months. It doesn't look like a detached retina. She was pretty confident in that. And then they said, keep us updated with a few months of monitoring your eye. But if it gets worse, I have to go back. But it looks like it's actually getting better. She said essentially I'll start to not notice it as much, which is interesting. Alex, my DM is a Dropbox. Oh, Judge, I actually looked at that. You will adapt, basically. I have been stressing a lot recently, OTY. I mean, I think it's normal. We all go through, I think we all go through stressful periods of time, like, in our life, for various different reasons, so. When you say it's better today, do you mean they're blocking your vision less? I'm just not noticing it as much. And it does look smaller today, too. I was so worried it was a detached retina thing, and honestly, that was stressing me out, too. Okay. Let's put on our cherry switches now. Have you tried those new stabs that apparently make no noise? The 4-wrap ones? No, but I've heard from friends who have tried them, and even some people in the community. Apparently they're good, but they're not like game changing. Isn't a detached retina like really bad? Is it considered really bad? I think it is, right? Do you notice it less if you're well rested? No, the resting didn't matter, because that's what I did the first few days. I was like, let me just like sleep a lot, and I noticed it was the same. I think it's a bad thing. Ask Taya for some stabs? Oh gosh. Don't kill me. So wait, what set are we using today then? Or what set do you guys want to use? Redline or Grand Prix? No, it's not screen time. So here's what I think happened. I think when I was at the gym, I pushed too hard, specifically doing the leg press. Hi, Shark. Thank you so much. And I mean, I'm also down for BRG too. So do we want to put it to a vote? I think BRG might be a sick one for this too. Okay, what was I saying? I forgot. Okay, I think I did the leg press, and I remember I pushed really hard because I was trying to just see how much I could do. And I think the pressure of that did something to me. Because I remember feeling like a lot of, you know, when you're pushing yourself, you can feel like your blood like rush to your head type thing. Not in like a bad way. But I remember doing that, and then I remember feeling like a little bit like lightheaded. And the day after is when I started noticing it. So I'm pretty positive it might be like a gym thing. Which apparently, from what I read, and even what she told me at the office there too, the doctor's office, she said it's not like out of the realm of impossible for that to happen. So, no, I don't really take pre-workout. Which keycap set 1? Well, the poll was an awful poll. It just said red line or none. None did? I can show it off once it's all put back together if you don't mind, Diced. Some say the best poll. Oh my gosh. Alex, do X-ray? Nah, I don't know if that would suit the theme today. What is that, Ralph? I don't even know what that is. Okay, this one's being weird. I guess there isn't a keycap to switch in this situation. If elected mod, I will not troll the polls. Drudge is, you know what? If you're not careful, Adam and Annette, Drudge might take your spot. By the time you just called mine like an eye stroke or something, for me it was like a clot that got dislodged due to pressure. Was it floaty things or was it an actual like blood clot, KJ? I'm sorry if that bothers you guys too. Oh, I don't really watch UFC, unfortunately. I don't really watch much. I watch a lot of like sci-fi and like shows and stuff. What about Osame's budget line? I love Osame's as a brand. I don't know much about their budget line. It does seem like white labeled. I don't know if it was designed from the ground up. I believe a designer in the community designed that a long time ago, and I think it's just kind of been like repurposed or white labeled. I don't know. I don't know if there was like big alterations that happens, but I've seen them at meetups. They're cute. They're pretty. I don't love them personally. Like, they're not for me. But if I get flashbang, I'll see them out. Oh, really? That's interesting, KJ. Damn. So it was just due to pressure. Interesting. I don't mind Redline. I just think BRG or Grand Prix would fit this board better. That's all. I actually don't... Okay, to be honest, I don't like Redline on silver. I think that's kind of my gripe. BRG? Okay, we'll do BRG. BRG it is. These are just snapping in perfectly. My stream is freezing like crazy. Is it me? Touche, it does look great on darker boards. Yeah. Or boards with a lot of accents to them, like darker accents. I think it looks better. Plus, I think BRG would look really classy on this, come to think about it. I forgot I even had that set. Someone redeemed? No, no one redeemed. Bruh? Alex is ignoring democracy? Is it really democracy when you're setting up polls that don't have all the options? I think that's a rigged poll. Would you guys agree? We're going to get a small jar of Krytox 204. Unfortunately, nowhere right now. I think Novel Keys is only selling the big jugs. All right, let me get BRG. BRG. Okay, it's on the board. One moment. I have to go get it. I know what board it's on. Off to the side. No love for Redline. Can we set up stream elements to time someone out if they say Greg? I don't think stream elements does that. I don't know if it times out people, to be honest with you. I don't know what does that. I don't know how we can even set that up. This is on my... Oh boy. I forget what that green board is even called. But I need to find it. It's on a green board though. I know that much. Not that green board. Maybe it's in the other drawer. I haven't used BRG in a hot minute. Oh, you know what? No. BRG is on my Manta. I took it off and put it on the Manta. Dude, this will look sick on this. I kind of wish I had the all green base for GMK BRG. Yeah, let's put it in here. Who cares? So I don't spoil the sound for anyone. Hashtag ad for Manta? No. Best beige set on the market? I think just classic beige. Like the giant kit you get is like the best. Dude, is anyone selling the alt alphas right now? I would love to buy a set of alt alphas for this. Would love to get it, dude. If someone's selling it, like, look how good this sounds already. Been really enjoying the Manta. I've put together working. Dude, I'm happy you're enjoying it, man. Manta Workday is so much better. Or making Workdays. Thank you. That means a lot, man. NK rendering, who shall know? Oh, Greg, did you veto? No, but I laughed. Dude, I'll sell you mine for your Kohaku? Huh? Well, no one in America got their Manta yet. Bull's just shipping them out. Everyone's gonna get their Mantas pretty soon. Monday I'll have mine? Hell yes. I did an email to verify my address. Yes, everyone should get them this week. Well, in the next like week or two. Prototype has just got theirs too, because I think they did the same forwarding as Mr. Bull. Should be very exciting. But then I ship out, sadly. Are you gonna have time to build it? Going under surgery? Oh. Want to buy Tangerine SE? There might be some extras available. You never know. Real talk, have you all seen this new virus stuff? Not to downplay what's happening with the new virus stuff, and I'm sorry for bringing this up, but I really or I guess I'm sorry for having this conversation for those who feel uncomfy. I feel like stuff like this happens all the time. I think this is just being a little bit sensationalized because it happened on a cruise ship. But we've had stuff like this happen. It doesn't seem like this is super duper contagious. So I don't think there's reasons to worry or stress out. I don't know. At least from what I read. I feel like if there was a reason to stress out, we would have already seen major cases and breakouts of this. The virus has been around for years, by the way. The contagious period is super short, like 1 day. 40% is pretty high. For what? What's 40%? Like the contagious rate or something? They're saying this one would have been an extremely edge case, but easily infectious. Like this one is said to be the intimate contact needed. Yeah, they said like it's... Well, okay, I'm not talking about the fatality rate. I'm talking about contagious. I don't think it's, from what I understand and what I read, I don't think it's super duper contagious. But yes, it did seem like, what, a few people died already because of it for sure. But yeah, it's, I don't think it's anything we need to stress about. Yeah, it's hella contagious and that's the issue, no? No, I don't think it's contagious at all. Within the short period, but I think that short period might already be done. I don't know. I could be also very wrong. I'm just going based off of some articles I read. It's not like I did studies on this myself. You know? 4-week incubation period. The fatality rate is higher, but the contagiousness is not nearly as problematic compared to what happened half a decade ago. I read that the symptoms are pretty obvious during the contagious period, unlike COVID. Yeah, that's what I also read too. We had our little, me and my girlfriend, we already kind of looked into it a little bit because I think we were both a little stressed about it. We're like, ugh. We shall see though, we shall see. Either way, I don't think it's good to panic. The "this is fine" meme. So nice.
Looking mighty fly today, Mr. Toes.
Thank you very much. I don't think I have any extra pour-on gaskets from that. I used a lot of my extra pour-on gaskets. I had a client the other week, actually maybe the other month, that forgot a whole bunch of gaskets on like a whole bunch of boards I did, and I used a lot of my extra stuff on that, and I used a lot of them on the schema prototype. Also, let's draw the winner for the giveaway, shall we? Winner is, you guys have 10 seconds to join in. The winner today Alex, congratulations. Congratulations. Holy crap. Alex D. Is Alex there? GG's. Alex, I'll send you a message tomorrow about that. Yeah, no way. Actually, yeah, just send me a DM and then I'll send you the link in which you would have to fill out. That is funny. Congratulations, man. All right. Insider trading. Get out of here. Bro on a keyboard during the subathon? But this isn't subathon stuff. If it was during the same subathon, that's fine. But we literally... This is not subathon. Oh, not complaining? Oh, okay. Yeah, if it was the same subathon, I would definitely say no, but it's not. Yeah, Adam, I wonder what it feels like winning 2 keyboards. Adam. Holy RNG. There's going to be lots of keyboards, by the way, guys. Lots and lots of keyboards. I have like another 6 or 8 that I'm gonna give away for you guys too. I think actually there's like 7 though, for real. I just didn't want to say 7. Nah, I stopped myself. Why'd you skip 7? Alex to the second power. I won 3 giveaways in a week. I have no right to complain ever. Damn. The hesitation at 7 killed me? Well. Woot woot. Alright. Now we're going to see how this sounds with some different switches. Okay. Let's do this. You know what? Just for the sake of, I want to see what it looks like on this. Hold on one sec. I need to see if this fits the theme. I think it does, right? It's very on point. Yes? Okay. All right. So, we have cherry switches on the board now. Let's see what it sounds like with the aluminum plate. Oh, my notepad got way too big. Okay. There is definitely some resonance. I think I might want to force break this. I'm hearing it kind of in the center here. The spacebar is insane though. Maybe switching between the hard/bouncy mode on the socks. Yeah, let's try that first. And then I do want to force break it. I also think like force breaking is not a bad thing on keyboards. Sometimes certain designs just need it. It's not like it defines a good design or nothing. What if you did cream for the spacebar? I didn't really like that. I'm gonna be honest, the cream spacebar wasn't really my thing. The sound's there though. I just want it to be cleaned up a little bit for the hollowness. It's not, to me, it's not a hollowness or resonance that I think adds some character to this. I think this might be a little bit too much for me. Sometimes I like it when it's a little subtle. All right. You know what actually I want to do? Let's only do the 4 corners and make them the stiffer side. Although, from experience, usually really long silicone gaskets make something a bit thuddier. Can you put some pennies in the bottom of the case? I don't have any pennies. They banned those. Those have been outlawed. So, before we screw it in though, I can already tell you, I think that's a force break thing. And let's see if we screw it in now. If it starts having some resonance, it's going to be a force break thing. Because there's no resonance when we do that. And again, we're only going to screw in enough so it stops. We're not going to go too crazy. Toonies? We have those still. And the loonies. Although I'll be honest, I don't really carry change with me. I don't like carrying cash anymore, man. I always feel like unsafe with it. Plus, everything's just so much more convenient with using a debit card or like a credit card or something. You know? You have cash to even potentially carry? Well, I have change. Got some. I mean, actually, I do carry quarters because sometimes in the grocery stores, you do need quarters for the carts. And I think I do carry 1 loonie. It's less present. It's still there, some of the resonance. Okay, so maybe you... Well, here's the thing, right? It seems like, potentially, if you want to use the softer side of the gaskets, it does seem like there's a bit more of an aluminum sound profile coming through. Me switching the 4 corners to the stiffer gasket made a slight bit of a difference. It's a good sounding board. Interesting what's going on with this stuff though. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I don't know if anything's contacting. You know? Maybe try the 4 blue corners. Well, I think the gaskets, I don't think there's much we can really do in way of like, okay, well, if these is the only combination that doesn't have resonance, then that's one thing. I think the answer potentially is we have to maybe force break this. I think that's not the easiest solution, but the solution that would probably work for the fix-all solution. Instead of like figuring out what gaskets are problematic. And it seems like if you want the softer side, you can hear a bit of resonance. So let's get this out of the way. So what I'm thinking is we're just going to lay some gaskets on the top frame here. Let's do that. Or some force breaks. Let's see if that changes and shapes things. Actually, they're right here. Potentially with a different plate too, but I only have the aluminum plate. I don't think it's the weight, because I think I would have heard it had it been the weight with this slightly on and not screwed in. I think there was an accessories page, Weesh. So again, there's nothing wrong with the... Oh, and there's only aluminum? Oh. There should be other plates then. Brother, do you know if there's going to be a plate file that's released? I really urge a plate file being released for this then. The plate file is open source, so you can cut it yourself. That's good. That's really good. It's those long mounting tabs. A lot of vibrations transferring to the case. Yeah, probably. I was really hoping they wouldn't suffer, because like from experience, longer silicone tabs tend to have a lot of vibration transfer. But you know what? A small part of me does think there's just some metal on metal contact happening here. For example, all these really flat portions could be mating in a way where it's causing some additional vibrations. But also, maybe the silicone is not 100% playing well with the aluminum here. Silicone's a tough one to get right for mounting sometimes. Neo ADCU had the same problem for the silicone tabs. Yeah. Again, though, I think this is relatively easy to kind of you know, if your product does sound like this, it isn't the end of the world to include some force brake tabs. Which way does this go? This way here. I think it's lavender, Alex. I think that's the only one that I have left. Does that work for you? It's brand new in the box still. It's like a very light lavender. What? Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's the large flat surface between the bottom case and top case. I also think that. I think it's just mating in a way that's causing some additional vibration transfer. That's all. Not the end of the world if this needs some force brakes. But I would like them to include that in the box. Let's see. The thin part of the weight? It could. I mean, it could be. Let's see after this, and if it still has some vibration in it, then maybe it could be the weight. I think. I mean, that cleaned it up for the most part for me. Love your hoodie, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it, Impy. Okay, what do you guys think now? I want to put a milky yellow as the spacebar. It has, I mean, dude, if I had to guess, this almost sounds like a long pull spacebar, but it has a good tonality. I'm enjoying it. So I think, yeah, and I was about to say that too, Adam. I think if you like the resonance, don't add the force brakes. Kind of like the milky yellow spacebar a bit more. I mean, yeah, I think that cleaned it up. See, you know, it does seem like those larger flat pieces against the flat pieces are probably vibrating a little bit. Like they're not perfectly in a position in which they'd, you know, mate properly. It also could be, theory crafting right now, this silicone mounts could be pushing up and down and not making it a perfectly, you know, leveled surface for the aluminum. And I'm wondering too, maybe the silicone has that play a little bit too. And I'd like to see the Poron gaskets in this as well. But it does seem like just the, you know, the metal's causing some vibration. I think getting a PP plate done would be sick for this. I don't know how flexible that would be because it does seem like this has some internal stuff you really have to be careful about. Sounds good. I mean, it sounds fantastic though. I love it like this. This is great. Definitely a louder keyboard too. Overall though, here's the overarching design, all built up now. There's that side profile, very lovely. Kind of swoops down a little bit. Here we go for the back. Here is the bottom with that kind of hood scoop design. Really like that. The inside had some very nice visual interest in it, which I would have loved if they had brought to the outside of the keyboard. I am a bit disappointed in that. There's the other side. Not that it matters much, but there's the other side. Here is the front. Overall, though, very pretty. And then again, really like these subtle curves. Almost reminds me of the Ori a little bit. Just thicker, you know? Very, very pretty. I love the spacebar now with the milky yellow. And then here it is from the side, in case you guys wanted to see the bottom from the side as well. This is cool. I don't know if the case screws are even very close to this leash. I don't know if it matters too much for these. Sorry I missed it earlier. Did you have a color preference for this board? I think I liked the champagne the most, but I think silver is probably going to be the one that most people will probably end up getting. Silver is nice. It suits the theme of the board. Like, can't go wrong with it. Overall, though, I do want to see pull tabs on that EC sheet, the ESD sheet rather, on the inside. Please add pull tabs to that. Also, further, if you could pass on, I would really like to see some force brakes included with this for those who want it. You know? Good sounding board, though. Very nice. Very pretty design. Crit did a great job designing this. Pull tab on the ESD sheet. Force brake. Your voice is sounding good. Damn, thank you, OTY. Force brake. These will be added included. Thank you, Feather. Appreciate you saying that. I love seeing the weights designed at the outside. Bottom of... Wait. I'd love to see the weights designed at the outside. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that can be done, to be honest with you. I think that would literally need a whole new keyboard at that point there. But for what it's worth, the current iteration of how this looks is very pretty still. I would be a happy camper if I had picked this up still and got to look at this. Well, I think that's pretty much the stream. I think I want to start asking this too. Do we all feel good about the criticism given in the review? Do we feel like it was all covered? Do we feel like this was fair? What do we think? I'd love this. Oh, I already read that one there. The new orangey set would look good. I mean, yeah, an orange set would look good on this too. I think this in silver would work well with any bold color. I didn't do a drop test. I think the criticism was fair. Thank you. The Jahre so lit. Good. I mean, the price point's not terrible either. It's $385. I thought this would have been a smidge more, but yeah, $385. I don't think is like awful for this. I think it makes sense for what this is. I think the cover is great. 2 sets of switches, most mount configs, and mods explained. Jahre so lit. Jahre, rather, my mistake. It's not bad. Yeah, I think the keyboard for me like hits its markers. The design's very pretty. All right, though, guys. Thank you, Feather, for letting us build this today. I really appreciate it. I'll take some nice pictures of this. I kind of want to take pictures of the inside, though, so I might disassemble this one more time. For the time being, though, thanks, everyone. Let's go find someone to raid. Let's sign off with this board. Personally, love the design, but would have loved to see the Porsche yellow as an option, or Porsche yellow. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is huge criticism here. I do think, I don't know if it's possible to get some of those Porsche colors, but I think you guys said this was community voted, so I also don't know if the criticism is even valid, because technically that's on the community who voted, you know? So, let's go find someone to raid, though. I don't know how olive and red didn't make it. Honestly, yellow, too, because I've seen, like, outside, I've seen definitely a lot of yellow Porsches. Porsches, whatever they're pronounced. Anyone doing keybs or nah? I don't think so. Budget, we raiding the ducks. I don't really watch people on Twitch anymore. Maybe I should watch D4 people. I've been playing a lot of D4. Red would have been cool for this. Usually I'm not a red guy, but definitely would have been sick for this board. Yeah, I agree. I do wish some of the textures on the inside were on the outside. Like I mentioned at the start of the stream. I'm with you there. Alright though, guys. Have a good one. Love you, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye, everybody. See ya.